first day back in the Oval Office, one of the executive orders President Donald Trump signed was to designate cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum is now firing back, threatening legal action against U.S. gun makers, claiming they could be considered accomplices.
Mexico's president says if Trump declares the cartels to be a terrorist organization, she will bring even more lawsuits against U.S. gun manufacturers. Welcome to another installment of Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. If you like channel, like content, what I do, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. And realize once again, comments can be removed from gun-related channels without notice. This is a new thing for YouTube. They're cracking down on us. So if I remove your comment, I'm going to tell you. So just be aware that's happening. And as always, my merch is available. I am putting together a store, but there is a link in the description box to tell you how to purchase. But let's talk about this. Now, as you know, one of President Trump's campaign promises was to make the drug cartels in Mexico terrorist organizations. In doing so, this, of course, opens up all kinds of resources for him to go after them.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen.
Donald Trump's approach to tackling Mexican drug cartels is anything but conventional. He's proposed deploying Tier 1 U.S. special operators from SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force, renowned for missions like the Bin Laden raid, to eliminate cartel leaders and dismantle their networks. Trump's plan includes designating cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, giving the U.S. military expanded authority to strike them.
Bro, they have fucking no clue.
That's going to be, yeah.
They are in for a world of like ultra violence they've never actually felt before.
Military assets, you know, and then wouldn't it be nice to see Delta? But you know what I'm saying. But the Mexico president is pushing back on this, saying that if you do this, if you say our cartels here, the drug cartels that are scourging that country, if you claim that they're a terrorist organization, I'm going to bring even more lawsuits against gun manufacturers here in the U.S. And if you remember, I've talked about it quite a bit. Mexico is suing gun manufacturers here in the U.S., claiming that they are responsible for the violence in their country. Hey, this is the whole "it's your fault, not mine. I don't take no accountability" kind of move. But this is what's happening, and I've talked about it a lot. As a matter of fact, 13, if I'm not mistaken, 13 attorney generals in the U.S. have signed up and endorsed Mexico's lawsuit against gun manufacturers here. As far as I'm concerned, those attorney generals are traitors to this country, period. But let me bring you into here. Mexico president takes aim at U.S. gun makers if cartels are designated as terror groups. Mexico president on Friday warned U.S. gun makers they could face fresh legal action and be deemed accomplices if Washington designates Mexican drug cartels as terrorist groups. Quote, if they declare these criminal groups as terrorists, then we'll have to expand our U.S. lawsuit, Claudia Sheinbaum said at a daily press conference. A new charge could include alleged complicity of gun makers with terror groups, she said.
Because the U.S. Department of Justice has recognized that 74% of arms from criminal incidents are from the U.S. So where does that leave the arms dealers? The lawyers are looking into this. They might be accomplices. This is one of the subjects we are looking at.
Literally, she's saying that the gun manufacturers are deliberately or directly arming the cartels, which is a lie. And as far as I'm concerned, it's defamation, and these gun manufacturers should bring lawsuits against her because she is defaming them big time. Sheinbaum said, the U.S. Justice Department itself has recognized that 74% of weapons used by criminal groups in Mexico come from north of the border through criminal activity. They need to crack down on that. They call it the Iron River. It starts all the way up in the northern parts of the United States and goes all the way down into Mexico. Well, they need to clamp down on that. But instead of doing that, what did they do? She blames the gun manufacturers, and attorney generals here in the U.S. say, yeah, you should sue them. Unbelievable. But An estimated 200,000 to 500,000 U.S. firearms are smuggled into Mexico every year, 60 Minutes reported in December. A 2023 CBS report investigation found that dozens of cartel gun running networks operating like terrorist cells pay Americans to buy weapons from gun stores and online dealers. Now listen to that. Pay Americans to buy weapons from gun stores and online dealers. So where is the root problem? The Americans who are buying these guns, not the gun manufacturer, but they're suing the gun manufacturer. See, it's such bullshit. All across the country, as far north as Wisconsin and even Alaska, according to U.S. intelligence sources, the firearms are then shipped across the southwest border through a chain of brokers and couriers. On Thursday, the New York Times reported that the U.S. State Department plans to classify criminal groups as Mexico, Colombia, El Salvador, and Venezuela as terrorist organizations. The cartels targeted Mexico are the Sinaloa Cartel, very famous, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the Northeast Cartel, Michoacan Family, and the United Cartel, the Times reported. Mexico has already filed a lawsuit in the United States against U.S. arms manufacturers and vendors claiming $10 billion in damages for their alleged role in criminal violence in the country. Now, there's been accusations flying that the Mexican government is in bed with the cartels. But it's a fact that, of course they deny this, but it's a fact that the cartels run parts of the country. But I'm going to show you something else that's very interesting, kind of a spin to this story. But early this month, Sheinbaum angrily rejected an accusation by the United States that her government has an alliance with drug cartels. Quote, "We categorically reject the slander made by the White House against the Mexican government about alliances with criminal organizations," the president wrote on social media at the time. Then why are you stopping Trump from getting rid of your criminal problem? Because that's what you're doing. We're not in bed with them, but we don't want you to stop them. Bizarre. She is saying, if you come against us, we're going to up our ante on our lawsuits against your gun manufacturers. Which is tit for tat, but once again, she seems to be protecting these criminal cartels. And here's information that would lead one to that conclusion. It appears the Mexican president, Ms. Sheinbaum there, wants to change the Constitution to protect the cartels from the U.S. government. Yes, this is bizarre. But Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, filed a controversial series of changes to the country's constitution that would essentially block any investigation or action by foreign law enforcement agencies without their permission. The provisions could enable Mexico to criminally pursue anyone involved in those investigations. The changes come after the United States designated 6 Mexican drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and announced the intent to eradicate them. This week, Sheinbaum filed a series of changes to the country's constitution that, if approved by the legislative branch, would change Articles 40 and 19 of Mexico's constitution. Quote, "What we want to make clear in the face of this designation is that we do not negotiate sovereignty," Sheinbaum said. "This cannot be an opportunity on the part of the United States to invade our sovereignty, so they can name it whatever they want, but with Mexico, it's collaboration and coordination, never subordination, not interference, and much less invasion." Wow. So this is the person who says that, the cartels are a criminal organization, but she is doing everything in her power, it seems, to keep them protected. That's all I'm reading here. The cartels are now a terrorist organization. Trump comes for them, and she changes the Constitution to prevent him from doing what needs to be done to remove the scourge that's in her country, killing her citizens. Make that make sense. As I said, these lawsuits against gun manufacturers are in play. Now, way back when, years ago, one judge threw it out. Then they took it to, I believe, a federal judge in Massachusetts, who then reinstated it, which shows that these judges are not using the actual law. They're just playing partisan politics and activism, which is really a shame. But that lawsuit against the gun manufacturers is still technically in play. And the gun manufacturers have already gone to the Supreme Court and said, we want you to give us injunctive relief. We want you to hear this now. So that's still in play, but we'll see what happens. But it seems to me, based on the information I'm reading here, the president of Mexico seems to be doing everything in her power to protect the drug cartels in New Mexico. That's all I can say. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I am going to see you on the next one. Peace.